Hello, everybody. Oh, me and Michael, we just texted back and forth during the whole hour and 40 minutes of Trump's Trump speech. He came out as Fat Elvis, said it right off the bat, and made Michael really laugh. And then we started to really realize he really is being Fat Elvis. He's gained a ton of weight and he's wearing that collar open on purpose because he really is being Fat Elvis. How crazy is that? It's crazy. So, he had the open collar and whoops. He had the open collar. It was ridiculous looking the way he looked. Oh, well, I shouldn't say ridiculous looking. It was just pretty obvious to me that he was playing the role of Fat Elvis, that he has gained a ton of weight, and he came out with the open collar like Elvis. So we're going to get to my prep. It is extremely long. And then we've got Michael's prep, which is extremely long. Let's see what y'all get out of it if you stay with us during that amount of time. Hope y'all enjoyed the breakthrough. That sort of came, and I just did a very detailed Bible study on a question Justin asked concerning that 1260 days and all, the 42 months or 3.5 years. And I believe that that time frame is when the book of Revelation is opened. I believe that that is when he receives his fake and phony crown. What song is that? The Jester. It's American Pie. The jester stole his phony crown. Yeah, the jester stole his thorny crown. So Jesus had a crown of thorns. That movie, American Pie, February made me shiver. I mean, February is the month in American Pie. And the day the music died, it was on February 3rd, y'all. And that's when the boom, the end of the world takes place. From the movie Groundhog Day, which featured Bing. Kept saying Bing a lot, and then there's Chandler Bing. So I asked Michael to take a look at it, and he said Obama. He says a very short word, so you're gonna get very short, like Obama comes up. Forget what else he said popped up, but that's another date to keep an eye on. But they had us watch Trump all night tonight and listen to every bit of what he had to say. Absolutely brilliant as usual, just utterly fascinating. He's perfect in everything he says, and you can just, if you just have to know that it's all programmable lies. Like everything was so perfect. And then of course the CHINAVIRUS XXXLA blah 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 happened and just ruined the perfect, because everything was going great. Economy, everything was amazing. And then then that happened. Then they took that thing from him because he had earned it, with record numbers, had more in 2020 than he had in 2016. More VOTES, way more. They STOLE'd it from him, you know what I'm saying? TOOK from him. They did, so. And then look what every horrible thing that's happening. It's like everything fell apart. And all the Joes stumbling and falling down and tripping. They played that real, his incompetency. And when he like cries at the podium and puts his head in his hands and he's just like this beaten man. And it's all acting, folks. So when you know it's all acting, his perfect speech is it's just foolish. It's like Tom Brady's so perfect, he's so amazing, but then when you realize the NFL's scripted, it's like, oh, it's like me describing you a Buccaneer Super Bowl victory. Wow, what a Tom Brady was perfect. So yeah, the day the music died. So with that, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, I wanted to finish loading that, and I made a boo-boo loading it. So Jamie said, Al Pacino, 88 minutes. What's up with that? The devil himself, she said. Good stuff, Jamie. I think I already gave that to you on a previous video. Boots and Hearts concert keep coming to mind. Shania Twain concert in August, for what it's worth. Derek said that. Okay, that's why the subject says Derek. So that was one of Derek's comments. Thank you, Derek, for that. Joe Kane said, what's interesting about January 15th, that the markets have already begun selling off. The worst market crash waiting. It's climbing a long time. 2000. Yep. Nothing happened on the 15th. So we just keep on going. Keep on. You gotta keep on chucking, baby. You gotta keep on trucking. Are we disappointed? The spirit's disappointed, but the flesh is, we're all happy to move on another day. This is all the will of God. He's got a perfect plan in place. And whatever God's perfect plan is, we know that we are, without a doubt, ready for it. Because he's given us that ability. Everything that takes place, the flesh is going to be very weak, but the spirit's going to be very strong. So there's the movie The Big Short that Michael's talking about. And our buddy, Christian Bale, Bale on Christianity, playing the lead, just like Daniel Craig, the book of Daniel. So playing the lead role was screened at a film festival 11/12/2015. They officially released it in the US 12/11/2015. To short a market is to bet against it and profit the big money. Will know exactly when to place the big bets to the short, to the current, the most inflated stock market ever. When the current markets crash, and they will, at 100% level of assurance, the bricklayers will make massive amount of money. The lower it goes, the more money they will make. From the first date, 11/12/2015 to tomorrow, 1/15 is 322 weeks and 2 days. So it's 322 weeks. And that continues through the wolf full moon. Because the wolf full moon will be 322 weeks and 4 days. So it would crash, the markets would crash on 322 weeks and 5 days on that Tuesday. From the first day until the 19th. Yeah. Even through that date. If nothing happens, we will still need to watch if there is any significance to the official release date of this movie, 12/11/2015. From that date, 12/11/2015, until 2/11/2022. Yeah, 2/11, big time, is exactly 322 weeks. It's still officially 322 weeks until 2/17/2022. Well, okay. Super interesting. Like that, Michael. That's good stuff, brother. Was The Big Short to tell of future markets plunge for my pet goat? I believe you've hit the nail on the head here. We'll see. The Big Short matches Donald J. Trump, comma, assassinated, comma, March 4th in 4 ciphers, comma, a white horse, which opens the book of Revelation, in all 4 ciphers. What Michael is saying, I believe, is spot on. 218 in 3 ciphers. Yeah, that whole realmed area of that February Valentine's Day is just fascinating. Manhattan, comma, NY, or Manhattan, NY in 3 ciphers. Got it. Super Bowl, the chosen one. The 8th king, who is of the 7. 88. Oh, excuse me, 88th. And The Big Short also matches Bill Murray of Groundhog Day, Ghostbusters, and Caddyshack. Well, he is such a player in all of this, isn't he? Do you remember the 21st night of September? I'll be doggone if he don't land on one of those 37 dates that I went through. I told Michael that 37, as it keeps going into 2023, when you keep adding 37 days, that the 37 day that it lands on after the Abomination of Desolation Day of April 20th. And I'm not going to get into that in this video tonight. I'll save that for tomorrow. That I think that's when the Lord will return. I think it'll be that quick. That quick. Let's just go ahead and do it real quick, since it's in our heads. If I'm not mistaken, as we went around, there was that November 2nd. Am I right about that? As we were going around, it was November 2nd. You're adding 37 days. And then I think it came to December 9th. There we go. So I'm on the right track. So then we go to December 9th. We're going to add the 37 days, and that lands on the January 15th. So now we land on January 15th, which is actually in 2023. Then you go up to February 21st. You're going up to February 21st. Then you're going to get up to March 30th. So now we're going to key in March 30th. May 6th. The day my mom died would be the day the Lord returns. How many days is that from? 16 days that the Antichrist would reign on earth, killing sheep. Now remember, that begins, I think, when you open the book of Revelation. I don't think this has anything to do with confirming a covenant with many for 1 week. I think it's a 7-day period, 1 week, from the April 20th to April 26th. Or, no, sorry. April 17th to like April 23rd. And in the middle of that is the solar eclipse. And that's when he will stop the daily sacrifices to cease, declare himself to be God in the temple. And nobody will know anything about him being alive or anything until he does all that. So if we say 16 days, key in what I was supposed to key in, did I? Duh. All right, so I got a key in May 6th, the day my mom died. So all of these 37s are landing on days that are big dates in my life, just like everything. Why should we be surprised? Why should we be surprised? Yep. 16 days until the Lord returns, in my opinion. You add 37 more days from my mom's death. You get June 12th, the day I met my first date with my first wife. And then that's June 12th. Add 37 more days. All right. Anyway. Moving right along. Pause real quick, set this up. I think maybe I was talking about cutting those days short back before I first paused. But I'm not really sure where I left off on all that. So anyway, let's just keep going with this. As a reminder, Christian Bale comes to Antichrist, Don Trump, 2/11, which we are all over that date. That is a Thursday, not a Friday, by the way. It's a Thursday. Because 2/12 is the Friday, 2/13. No. That is the Friday. That is the Friday. Because 2/12 is the Saturday. 2/13 is the Super Bowl. 2/14 is Valentine's Day. So that's a big day. Golly, that's a big day. Damian Thorne, Valentine's, and so much more. Damian Thorne, of course, Donald Trump, same initials, same amount of letters. Transfer portal tells, what is this? Oh, 247 Sports said transfer portal is on fire. You see, when Trump goes down, he will be entering the transfer portal of time. They said right now it's on fire. So they're meaning it's hot. This is a hot time, baby. So is it what I had in first place? The wolf full moon. And the one thing I like about him always going down on a full moon is the natal chart, the astrological fingerprint, the complete natal chart of the book of Revelation opening. Full moons, like i.e., babies born on a full moon have a very full moon type personality their whole life. Trump was born on a full moon. He is a full moon. I mean, you know how they say like the ER is packed and crazy, or schools and kids, they're crazy on full moons. It's just nutty. There's too much emotion, too much energy. Well, Trump's a perfect example of that. So that would be the natal chart of the whole book of Revelation opening. The whole earth, the whole everything just is, every day is a full moon from there on out, basically. Everything's to the extreme. So you just have to love all of these full moon dates. Now, I don't have Trump going down on a full moon per se. In May, I got him going down 2 days before. I got him going down in May. But what if he's there for that big, you know, is it 1945? Israel, May 14th, 1948. So this is 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. 74 years. It'll be 74 years. And y'all know that 74 is 37 plus 37. So like Candy is 74 days back through the portal. Her birthday is. So if he's there visiting, and he somehow like gets shot on the 15th or on the 14th. But if he's there visiting, does he just leave right away? And so maybe on the 16th, he goes down on the full moon. So, because that, again, that was coded to us in the video the AI put out. It had the 1514 right in the middle of the screen. And again, that little video that Angel White put out was 201. Shaking My Head Productions put out one that had a 201. Now they know that we look for that kind of stuff. Now Jamie said something. I put up some comments. I mean, I hit the comments and they were in my notifications and I commented, so they disappeared. She says, I find it interesting about the Red Dragon and Trans Am, but AI trolls everyone, and I find it hard to believe we are that critical that we have a cause and effect relationship on the enemy to the extinct. I think what they do, Jamie, this is my opinion, national commercials for SEC. Well, it was an SEC Nation where they rolled out a Trans Am days after I'd mentioned it. But my opinion is they're just screwing with us. And they want us to know they're screwing with us because we're messing with them. This is a total tit for tat. I mean, we're trolling every single thing they do. Everything, all of the gematria that they've wanted us to know, to mislead us, to scramble us. That's what that movie, The Imitation Game, was about. Was that the Nazis were changing their codes constantly. And that they built this computer system, this guy did, that cracked the code. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to crack the code because the Nazis were scrambling. They were changing everything daily. And they were saying that if you could figure out what they're actually saying, the Imitation Game ciphers. Plot of the movie, The Imitation Game.
Here's the synopsis of The Imitation Game. In 1939, newly created British intelligence agency MI6 recruits Cambridge mathematics alumnus Alan Turing, Benedict Cumberbatch, to crack Nazi codes, including Enigma, which cryptanalysts had thought unbreakable. Turing's team, including Joan Clark, Keira Knightley, analyze Enigma messages while he builds a machine to decipher them. Turing and team finally succeed and become heroes, but in 1952, the quiet genius encounters disgrace when authorities reveal he is gay and send him to prison.
So that's just an opinion of mine, that's what they do. That the AI is totally, because we're the only ones that are doing what we're doing. We're the only ones, really attacking and going after their codes. And Michael and I talked today a few times, I think, but when he brought up the Al-Jed, he goes, Michael said, we know he's controlled opposition. And of course, there's nobody out there, Jamie, that's doing what we're doing, in our opinion. Not to the extent that we're doing. So of course they would. And see, if they are allowed to know. See, fallen angels or demons know who sheep are, which means they knew who we were when we were born. And if they already know God's plan, that's the part I'm not sure of. Or are they just simply allowed to discover who we are from all of the tells we give? You see, there. Let's say, for instance, there's this pantomimes for lying. Sicilians are great liars, the best in the world. I'm Sicilian, he says. My father, heavyweight champion of Sicilian liars. From growing up with him, I learned the pantomime. There are 17 different things a guy can do when he lies to give himself away. A guy's got 17 pantomimes. A woman's got 20, but a guy's got 17. But if you know them like you know your own face, they beat lie detectors all to hell. Now, what we got here is a little game of show and tell. So that's from the movie. Gary Oldman was in it, Christian Slater. It was called True Romance. These fallen angels are able to read us in the spirit realm. They're in different dimensions, but they're all around us. They just can't touch us because they're in a different dimension, but they know us and we are who they watch. They can't wait to kill us. We are their public enemy number one. So out of all the sheep on earth, as most are lost, we're the ones doing what we do. Yeah, I believe that they jive with us and that they have scrambled and put out a ton of tells and predictive programming to make us, because I believe they had the power to know future tense what we would be doing at this particular time. They just can't do anything to us, but they can alter their universe. What can I say? They can, through the will of the Lord, that they have parameters to where they can, that they knew we would be doing before Michael and I ever started doing this. They knew we would be doing what we're doing. In other words, through that other dimension, God has allowed them to see the future. That's a theory. Theories must be based off of facts. So the only theory that's not based off of facts is that they can see that God gave them the ability to know our future. In other words, I think they know, just like God knows exactly how I'm going to die at a very specific appointed time, that they also know how I'm going to die when I'm going to die. In other words, when Jesus arrived on earth, they all knew that he was here to be crucified. When you remember that, when Jesus spoke to the demons, have you come to torment us before our appointed time, O Jesus? What do you want with us, Son of God? They shouted. Have you come here to torture us before the appointed time? They know of their appointed time, the fallen angels do, the demons. So if they know, I don't know. I can go on this all day. I think you get the idea. I'm theorizing all this. Let's keep on buzzing along. Justin sent another Donnie Darko tell from a tweet. This is Bill Gates referring to the twin Trumps.
Trump hears that you don't like. When I walked in, his first sentence kind of threw me off. He said, Trump hears that you don't like what Trump is doing.
And then he goes on to talk about how there's two Trumps, I guess.
And I thought, wow, you're Trump.
So, and we had seen that before. They showed us that, and but I appreciate. Don't assume we've seen it before, Justin. So just keep sending stuff, because there's some people right now that are watching this for the very first time.
First, there's two Trumps.
All right, and we know we've seen that too from Angel White and all them. Justin, just keep sending stuff. Keep sending it. Keep sending it, because some people are seeing this for the first time. I think I went over that with you. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So the wolf full moon, you look at the day of the wolf full moon, you go 1, it's the first month, times the 17th day, times the year 2022. So that's the number for it. Well, 343 is 7 times 7 times 7. And there's 37 days through the portal. And if you add 37 plus 37, you get 74. It's the next set of 37. So it's 343 fused with 3774. So it's a very big time day numerically. Okay. The day says a lot, put it to you like that. And when I think back to Earl's number, whose birthday was 727, the Lincoln Biped goat. It was 7 times 27 times 1960. And there's that 37, and there's the 44. So it makes me feel like 37 days through the portal is the solar eclipse and the snow full moon. And don't forget that the transfer portal commercial had the 4 going in and the 70 coming out, which was a 44-day span. And that span ends at the wolf full moon. That's the final day of the 44 days of the transfer portal Dr. Pepper commercial that begins at the solar eclipse and ends at the wolf full moon. Now, I will tell you this, 37 days through the portal is the snow full moon of February 16th. The 44th day of the year, if that's what Earl's 44 means, is Super Bowl Sunday. Because the 45th year of the day is Valentine's Day, the Monday after the Super Bowl. So you just have to keep an eye on stuff like that. That's all. Now, this little thing, I had to go clear my throat. This little thing here was interesting. The Antichrist is also a billionaire from New York City. What a coincidence. Antichrist is who he really is. Whoops. Voice texting on the old cell phone. Future tense, the mask is the persona of what you see on TV before the false flag event takes place. That opens the book of Revelation. And so.
Did you know that in The Dark Knight Rises, in the mass ball scene?
Commentary. Fair use. This is Alan Say. This is Alan Say. He has 712,000 subscribers. I'm not really sure what his channel is about. Let's take a look. Is this somebody we should be following? How good is he? What's
Do
he all
you know
about?
that?
So he puts out about 4 a day would clog your. Did you know that Austin Powers, a spy who? So he puts out little quick shorts. They're only 14, 15 seconds long. I'm going to follow this cat. Yeah, why not? I'll follow him on my other channel, though. That other channel's so busy, though, man. Golly. I need to follow him on one of my other channels that I can click on and just go through stuff real quick. Commentary, fair use.
Bruce Wayne doesn't wear a mask because he considers
Oh, it's a ball where everybody's wearing a mask. Let's see, being Bruce Wayne is his mask because his true persona is Antichrist or Batman. See, Trump's mask is that he's this patriot. He's the patriot. He is. The New England Patriots. Who are all the states in New England? I don't think New York is in New England. Yeah, it's Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Yeah.
Batman as his true identity and Bruce Wayne as his disguise in public.
Excuse me.
When Selena asks him,
Selena. Who are you pretending to be? She says. See, that's pretty coy.
Who are you pretending to be?
Who are you pretending to be without your mask on?
he replies,
Bruce Wayne.
He's pretending to be Donald Trump. Builder.
Eccentric billionaire.
Interesting. Like that. I've watched that movie 28,000 times. I never caught that. We'll tell you right now, man. A good time with your grandson tonight. The grandson. The grand snake. Crisis has the word ISIS in it. What do y'all think about that? That's my son's stepdad and all that good stuff. One was a check-in, and then I said, well, let's. Well, one was a picture, and then the other ended up being a check-in. I said, well, let's check in to where we're eating. To finish up, Jamie said, but I've been wrong before, and it's curious synchronicity. Yeah, and I said, I think what I said, I think the AI is much more powerful than we can imagine because the fallen angels are much more powerful than we can imagine. But I said, but I've been wrong before, LOL. And she gave me a thumbs up on that. Yay. Mary Carroll said, I know I'm trolled. And Justin had a reply to her, and I removed it just for the sake of Justin. You stop picking on people, Justin. Revelation 13:7, and it was given to him, Satan, to make war with the saints and overcome them, says Sisters Mayhem. What did I say? The reason Trump goes down on Valentine, going back and forth through the portal backwards, it lands on February 11th and forwards on the 16th. Yeah, I was talking about the middle date. I guess if you include the following day of the 12th, 13th, and then coming back the other way, the 16th down to 15th, you have the 14th that sits in the middle of going back and forth through transfer portal dates. But that's not this year where they cross. I don't think. Oh, this year it lands on the 16th. Going up through the portal. So if you go back through the portal, of course it would not land on the 11th of this year. So it's on that date, the previous, anyway. Dude's going down tomorrow, Saturday. You remember me saying, and I gave you all that in the video yesterday, and he didn't go down today. T is the 19th letter of the Greek alphabet. Adam said, so it's not COVID-19, it's actually COVID-T, which of course you got Mr. T, I pity the fool. You got T-shirts. They call them T-shirts. Why do they call them T-shirts? I guess because your shoulders go across and then your torso goes down. But no, they call T-shirts T-shirts because they try to put T on as many things as they can. T-bone steaks. It also has the value of 300. Probably the reason why they call the famous movie 300 was originally a comic created by a guy named Frank Miller. Good stuff there, Adam. Revelation 13:18. I didn't post the picture though, did I? During the playoff game at one point, not the playoff game, college championship game on transfer portal night, the score sat there at 13:18, believe it or not, for Revelation 13:18. And I had a picture I took of it. And then he had a question. I answered that in the Bible study. Phoenix Sun, Sun Worship, Arizona Diamondbacks, Serpent is Satan, Arizona Sun Devils. Yep, good stuff there, Michael. Plants are chemists. The James Bond plant of poisons. So you got the flower full moon. The flower full moon. So it's the full moon of May, and that's May 16th. And there were poisonous flowers, as we've been talking about all through No Time to Die. Poisonous flowers were a theme. And so this was quite interesting. Bond, poisoned by a plant, and that's in the Casino Royale. He was also poisoned by a plant. And in the movie No Time to Die, there was a whole poisonous garden of flowers. So No Time to Die, the poison plants, flowers. I meant to say flowers. So Poison Garden. No Time to Die. The Poison Garden was a fictional island and a chemical manufacturing facility. Safin notices the foxgloves plant in Madeline's office. That they make, that when you eat them, it makes your heart stop. So again, with the heart stopping, you know, what we pretty much surmise the technology is going to do to those, at least, that are poked. The flower, full moon. Again, all these full moons have names that have meaning. It doesn't mean that that's the one he's going to go down on. In other words, doesn't mean he's going to go down on the wolf full moon. But we know when the book of Revelation is open, it will be the land of wolves. It just doesn't mean he's going down on a wolf full moon. That's part of their cleverness of how they scramble everything. He could go down any of these 365 days of the year. Period, point blank. We know that. But in doing all this research and stuff that we do, we are trying to crack codes and triangulate things. And it just kind of gives us something to do, because Michael and I, we don't enjoy any of the sports anymore. And the UFC fight where Amanda Nunes just took a dive, that was so obvious. Now, that's the one sport that's, I obviously don't think they're all faked, but they can fake it anytime they want. And I think Cowboy Cerrone took a dive against Conor McGregor. But, Conor was getting whooped pretty good, and his leg snapped in two, and his other guy's leg snapped. You can tell when they're swinging for somebody's head and somebody barely gets out of the way. You can't fake that kind of stuff. The dude's really trying to rip somebody's head off. It's the submissions where people just kind of roll and give them their back. Those are the ones. That Khabib fight looked pretty strange to me. His last fight, he had never submitted anybody with jiu-jitsu before, but as if to show off the Eagles' brilliance, he did. So I thought maybe that was pretty fake and staged also. So this is what we do for fun, because they're just, and I guess that's why y'all watch these videos too, because there's just nothing else out there that gives you interest. Took this picture tonight. It kept popping up on the screen, Trump in Arizona. And of course, that's sun god symbolism. Straight up, that flag is sun god flag right there. Did you know that in The Dark Knight Rises, isn't that what I sent? Oh yeah, I sent that to me, but we watched it. Now I wanted to show y'all this. Do I remember when I got married the first time? It was March 12th, 1983. The number is 713-88. And my next marriage happened on July 14th, which is a 714 progression from the 713. Now, this is what's interesting. 88 for Trump. The quintessential Old Testament book for the Antichrist is Daniel, and it's specific to chapter 7. The quintessential book in the New Testament for the Antichrist is Revelation, but specific chapter 13. There's your 713 and 88 for Trump in my first wedding day. In other words, what I've told y'all is the Lord scripted my life. I knew it through numbers, and all the numbers point to the end times in the Antichrist, Donald Trump, through a numbering system that he gave me. It's just like, there it is again. That dawned on me tonight when I was doing tonight's Bible study on Revelation 13. That'll be a 2-day study. And I spoke of Daniel 7, and it popped in my head about the 713. That's in my, so I sent that to me. That's the end of that. Boom, done, boom, done, boom, done. Michael time. I made a joke with Michael. I called him up the other day. I said, hey, I just want you to know, I think it's only fair to let you know that I'm interviewing other people for your job. I said, I've got a, started making up these, I said, I got this former cabinet member of Donald Trump. I've got this, and I just started making up all these people that would be extremely deep in what we would call the Illuminati. And I said, because the stuff Michael does, it's as if, he's so good. It's like to get somebody, to find somebody as good as Michael, you would have to basically grab an AI, hire an AI, or hire somebody that's personal friends with Donald Trump or has worked in his cabinet or whatever. Because Michael's research is just fascinating. Let's go. I don't have picture of him at Game 7 of Stanley Cup Championships, but I included a picture of him Him's got to be Trump. And then wife, Marla Maples. Well, now we know it's Donald. And what's that MM for? Marla Maples, M&M's. Master. Exactly. Which is the third level. Marla Maples at Stanley Cup game a few nights earlier, and a New York Times piece indicating that Trump's seat at Madison Square Garden was the best in the house. June 14th, 1994, Rangers win Stanley Cup. Look at that. Stanley Cup Finals. See, so that's Trump's birthday, is when they won the championship in 1994. Stanley Cup Finals, no matter what, let's stay together. So here I am in Donald Trump's seat at Madison Square Garden, first row, mid-rank, best in the house. The empty ice at my feet. Look at that. Yeah, because we know what the North Pole is. And that was in tonight's Bible study. It was a good Bible study. Really got into Mr. Freeze and the North Pole and the abyss and New York Rangers versus Vancouver Canucks. View celebrity businessman Donald Trump and his wife Marla Maples in stands during New York Rangers versus Vancouver. That's on June 9th. Yep. There they are right there. Donald just loved to be seen anywhere he could, didn't he? Ain't he something? Ain't that boy something? That boy ain't nothing but something. Donald Trump in sports. This is the one I think we already looked at. Quite possibly. Yeah. We looked at that. George Steinbrenner, I told you about it. We used Don King. That's when Jamie say look like a chia pet or a troll or something. Sammy Sosa. More Ranger stuff. That was Mark Messier above. Alex Rodriguez below. Of course, Brady. He's bringing in the Olympic torch. He kind of looks like my dad in that picture. He's so weird kissing. Look at him. I don't know. It's like a literal pucker. It's like he doesn't even know what he's doing. How weird. That look on Shaq's face is probably, I saw Shaq at the, he lives in Idlewood or Idlewood, because where Tiger and all them all had a place. They're in Orlando, I guess, to get out of the winter. And so I saw Shaq at the Whole Foods. And when I looked up, he was looking right at me. It was a doggone no, I don't think he knew who I was through the trolling process. No. It was just, I guess he was people watching. And I'm a pretty weird looking guy with a mohawk and a bald head. And so like, how you'll look at somebody and they were already looking at you. Yeah. And then I caught him coming out. I just go, "What's up, Shaq?" This is before I really knew stuff. This was years ago. And he was like, "Oh, what's up?" Hey, Shaq, it's Shaq. I used to think famous people was just the bomb, and it was so awesome to meet famous people. And now I could just first of all, I look at them and know they're connected. Well, I think we scrolled through all of it last night. Hero of the 1994 New York Rangers, one of the greatest hockey players of all time, Mark Messier, was born 1/18/1961. He's listed as 188 centimeters tall in his career, scoring 1887 points. That's Candy's second marriage number progression, and 87, her original two-digit marriage number progression. He is six-time champion with nickname of Messier. Mark Messier comes to Donald Trump, the chosen one, Super Bowl, and assassinated. Well, isn't that something? Super Bowl and assassinated. What is this link to? Oh, Mark Messier. Got it. Good stuff. Thank you, Michael, for that. Mark Messier gives Trump's a jersey and all that. Trump in sports and prep it. That's me talking to me. This was it. Already did and done. Let's keep rolling. Some dates that didn't work out last week at 2 weeks still work at 3 weeks because it's the reversal of 3-2-2. Trump made the calm before the storm statement on 10/5/2017. It's 3 weeks. From then to 1/15/2022, it'll still be 3rd week since that statement through 1/19. That is something to really keep an eye on. Seriously. Another thing I told Michael over the phone that popped in my head, and I'm glad I thought to share with y'all. 2022 as a year is Groundhog Day. Because you've got 202, the second month, and 02 for the second day. Or you have just 22. So fused together, it's saying February 2nd, 2 different ways that you would want to say it. Because since there's 2 digits in a date, if you wanted to say 02 for February 2nd, 202, or just 22. So it's like the whole year is Groundhog Day. Trivia. I don't know if it has any meaning to anything that we're trying to accomplish. Reno rally. Donald Trump rushed off stage. Yeah, he told me about the Reno rally. When Trump went.
When you first started off,
he said that it didn't look like the way Trump would usually act at all. Said he looked really weak. Notice how he flashes the yoni, the 666 yoni hand signal. It was so weird. I remember that. That was just crazy. Holding that yoni up there big time, wasn't he? Commentary, fair use commentary. Like the guy comes walking up and Trump don't even act like he notices him in his peripheral. Like he's not looking at that guy because it's staged. Because in real life, if this was all original, unplanned, his whole head would have turned immediately at this guy approaching. There's no doubt about that. That's just normal human nature. Unless you're telling me the amazing Donald Trump, who's the most amazing person in the world, has no peripheral vision whatsoever. I mean, could you tell? That's just dumb. But everything they do is dumb. Dumb, dee dumb. Here I come with the gat and the guitar. Strum. I'm not that lunatic brother that you thought I was. Could they get me for a copyright strike for lyrics? I didn't sing it, so. Dayton, Ohio man, that's why I said it slowly. Dayton, Ohio man attempts to rush at Trump stage.
Go back home to mommy. Go.
It's so funny.
Go back home. Go back.
Now, I don't think for a second that some weird guy couldn't have done something, because he is there's the blue tie. It doesn't look like him, does it? Look at that picture right there.
Because I have have to do it myself. I
Sounds just like him though. That's him. He wears red and blue ties.
know it's not.
No, now the way he jumped, that might have been something real right there. That might not have been planned. He looked like had the you know what scared out of him. He looked like he had the devil scared out of him. Get it? That'd be kind of impossible. Things that would be impossible. Donald Trump having the devil scared out of him. I just put that in a joke on Facebook. So Lyndall Smith tagged me. She came to me from YouTube and became Facebook friends. And if one inclines towards peace, let's just click through these. It's pointing to a palm tree. Full cold moon. Farmer's Almanac, December. Flower, full moon. Pink, full moon. Whirling up through full moon. Full moon in January. Wolf, full moon. Teen wolf, all that. I mean, boy, if there's one full moon, you knew he had to go on. I'd pick the wolf full moon. I don't know how to pronounce these. There's all your hearts. My second one would be the snow full moon for obvious reasons. After that, I would go with flower. I sure would. Because the way it was all over No Time to Die. I sure would. And the fact that it's right there with the Israel anniversary. Yeah. Those are my three. Absolutely. Another one you got to go with is the buck full moon. Reason why I picked goat, but his year as reigning as Antichrist is during the year of the rabbit. Well, it would actually begin behind the scenes as the Antichrist. I'm sorry, the year of the tiger. But then it moves into when he would be performing the abomination of desolation, year of the rabbit. Frank the Rabbit from Donnie Darko. So the buck full moon, if he went down on the full moon named for a rabbit and deer antlers for regeneration. And then perform the abomination, basically, I don't know, sort of 9 months later at the year of the rabbit and went down on the full moon of the rabbit, then I guess that'd be my fourth moon, would it not? I do believe so. So there's just all kind of interesting. You know, as far as the Jewish calendar, I have a hard time understanding all that. So somebody much smarter than I would have to get into all that. Those are interesting numbers, interesting dates. You know, I'm a numbers guy. They're 4 digits deep. What day is today on the Jewish calendar? They're in the 5,000s, if I'm not mistaken. 5782. Today is 14 of Shabbat. So what are they telling us on this? The 15th of Shabbat is, okay. The 15th of Shabbat on the Jewish calendar celebrated on this year is the day that marks the beginning of a new year for trees. Ooh, the tree goddess, commonly known as Tu B'Av, that marks the season in which the earliest blooming of trees. Ooh, this is big. This is very big. I'm going to give her a heart for this. Just used in video. So she doesn't really follow me. I don't think she does, sort of. But she feels like she follows me on Facebook. So she follows a lot of other stuff, but I'm glad she does. Because look what she's given us. She got this from some YouTube site, I'm sure. This is big, y'all. It's absolutely big. Heinz Field erupts as Ben Roethlisberger comes out of the tunnel again. Erupts from The Dark Knight Rises. You're the Tiger. New Year's Eve. Big Ben. Betty White. Lily was Betty White, and when she dies, the apple drops. Plus, it's Nye, and the apple drops in New York City. What's that Aquaviva dude? It's one crazy dude. You think he's just a crazy dude? Okay, so let's go through this again one more time. Cold full moon. So this is another one about the trees, and it's got hearts on it. That's got hearts now, and it ain't Valentine's. That's for the wolf full moon of Monday. It's big. It's my #1 date. They put that 7 on that cow head, and they got the 1 right there. A 1, 7, a 1, 7. Got it. Highlight Heaven has 117 subscribers when it says Heinz Field erupts. That's what they circled, the 117. Highlight Heaven is HH. Golly, it's so much pointing to that date. Trump really jumped, Michael. I think he was really scared on that one. I think some crazy dude wanted to go up and touch the boy. I mean, it could have been staged, but he really did jump. He's a good actor, if that was planned. I took a screenshot from a video tweeted by Dan Scavino. It shows a crow and a raven interfering with fixed camera during the San Francisco Bay Area weather forecast. This is a harbinger for San Francisco. Other than the Statue of Liberty, the Golden Gate Bridge is next to the most depicted, destroyed in American landmark movies. Love it. Love it. I met Satan in Arizona like DMX, Howard Stern confesses. He was telling me this story. How Arizona, I don't guess it really.
Zoom has worked because I've lost 24 pounds
I don't guess it matters
in 4 months. It's incredible.
I've been on Noom for 3 months.
anymore since we passed the 15th date. I think that his stop at Phoenix, if he goes down to 17th, it's like, that's my last hurrah. That's my last moment on stage as the actor before I go down on a golf course or shopping at Whole Foods with Melania, you know, wherever this stage event is going to take place. I mean, The Godfather went down in his backyard playing with a grandkid. He might be in the backyard at Mar-a-Lago or something. Sniper, right? We don't know, man. Florence and the Machine, Captain America. The full alter ego name of Captain America is Stephen Grant Rogers 227, which of course February or July 22nd or February 27th. That comes to January 17. Now you're talking. Fordham University that Trump attended, which of course is the Jesuit order. Babylon is fallen. Ooh, Tom Brady's last game. Is he going to lose tomorrow? If Brady loses tomorrow, that's a big tell. 23rd Psalm on the wall. IPEC Goat 2. Yep, it comes 23rd Psalm. Captain America does. I was at the gym and I saw this guy with a Captain America t-shirt, and I texted Michael. I said, check out Captain America. So thank you, Michael, for that, because it's giving us tremendous tells. A time, times, and a half of dividing time. Ernest Stavro Blowfield and presidential emergency. This is an emergency. Quasam Soleimani, born on 3/11/1957. They live March 11th. He supposedly was assassinated on Trump's order. Oh, that's the guy that Trump had killed. Yeah, on 1/3/2020. The Iranians have made the repeated death threats against Trump to avenge the death of Soleimani. His name, Qasem Soleimani, comes to Donald Trump dead, Ronald Trump, the twin, Camilla Devil Harris, VP, soon to be President Michael Fields, female president, Patrick Mahomes, all 4 ciphers, financial collapse, February 3. Wow. There's that February 3 again, y'all. You better recognize February 3. 1/3/2020. That was Michael's last one, so we're almost done. So let's just do this real quick. $745 days. 7. Cleansing of the earth, Book of Revelation's best number. And 45, Trump's number. Hours, it comes to 1788.0. That's about it. All right. We have caught up. After this 15th is closed, Michael's probably going to be about wore out. We'll hit things intermittently. Tomorrow I might do a video based off of anything Michael says, of course, anything I'll comment on, of course. And running that 37 through. Well, I already did it tonight, didn't I? So just your comments or anything Michael sends me, really. Oh, Sharky's machine. I'm going to try to finish that tonight. All right. Love y'all very much.